welcome and thank you for being here. I hope you're having a beautiful day or night. We're gonna do a timeless and collective reading. So whenever this reading finds you, it's the right time. See what resonates, leave what doesn't, and remember that divine inner guidance is in you. Try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition so that your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest and greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love now. I did a little pre-spread here to get the basic situation that's going on. Now, this might be your situation. This might be somebody else's. I'm going to just sort of read through these cards in different ways to see like different twists on the story. And then we're going to clarify everything here. So I used the Mystic Rose Oracle and I just sort of let the cards fall out. It does look like somebody is in the energy of fear. They're kind of afraid of being truthful about romantic feelings. There's definitely lies or keeping secrets that have happened about maybe a fight that's gone on or somebody dealing with some legal issues. But they're hoping that after something comes back into balance, there can be this renewed hope, a restored love. There's also a situation in a kind of a toxic karmic relationship going on. And that doesn't have to be a person. It could be a mindset, issues with habits, an environment, or it could be a relationship. But there's a crossroads going on with this situation. There's a different direction that needs to be chosen. And this somehow relates to a ghosting or a disappearing. So either somebody is ready to pull the disappearing act on this karmic relationship, or it's because of a karmic relationship that a disappearing act, a ghosting situation happened with someone else. Now I'm going to read this a different way. If somebody is in the energy of fear and they're afraid because they kept secrets and lies about a karmic relationship, then that could be why somebody is sort of stuck. Somebody wants to have this honest energy and express their truth and have the truth come to light to help bring something balanced when it comes to a fight. I mean, if anybody's fighting, the truth is probably the best way to resolve a situation. And this could have to do with some legal matters, which is bringing somebody to a crossroad, or somebody is hoping that once something is resolved and put back into balance, then they know the solid direction to go rather than being so wishy-washy. And then you have all of these romantic feelings and somebody has this desire for new love, renewed hope, but amongst all that beautiful energy, there's still that situation where they just disappeared, put something on hold, or ghosted somebody that maybe they loved. At the bottom, you do have a proposal or somebody thinking about commitment. So that's the start of the reading. I don't know if that makes sense to you or if that's maybe bringing some clarity into a situation you don't know about. But let's now dive in and clarify this situation, depending on the cards that come through. Maybe a whole different, I hear a level, but maybe a different facet of the situation will come through. We're going to start with the divine dog. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. Just start here with the overall, let's say, internal energy of what's going on with whoever is going through the situation is. So what is the internal energy? The subconscious is that somebody wants to be heard. Somebody wants to express their truth. You have this energy of empathy. This could be somebody who really is listening to you, or really respects what you have to say. I see and I hear you. So maybe this is somebody you had a discussion with even about this situation in the past, but it kind of went in one ear, out the other. Maybe there's now internal clarity for a conversation that you had. I feel like maybe you saw the truth in a situation or even tried to help somebody out, but they weren't ready to hear it then. I feel like somebody's ready to hear like what you said then, now, and this just jumped. So it could also be where somebody is dealing with this crossroads situation, ghosting situation, really feeling distance. What it's like to lose something they care about. Somebody could be in that energy of fear that I hear it's taking too long. Maybe a transition is taking too long, or they took too long to make a decision. The ghosting distance was a, long, hard road. This is somebody who is grieving here, grieving a loss, feeling really sad. This could be you too. If you were ghosted, maybe this is just allowing yourself proper space and time to heal. I kind of feel like this is not a straightaway. I kind of feel like there's a lot of peaks and valleys, twists and turns in grieving. You could be fine one day and then it sneaks up on you another day. So let's get one more message, please. Endurance, just keep going. Somebody is, you have this proposal here. Somebody has this energy of hope. They recognize there's a direction they need to go. And now somebody definitely has their eye on the ball. So this is just telling you to keep going. Keep up that endurance. I do feel like you've come a long way. Maybe this person has come a long way too. Maybe this is your situation. I feel like something's going to come through. Maybe the ball is going to be thrown in your court. If you haven't seen that ball in a while, maybe you threw it in someone else's court and you're like waiting for a response. I don't feel like you're throwing multiple balls and making it kind of annoying where somebody's overwhelmed with balls in their court. I do feel like it's just one big ball that maybe somebody fumbled, doesn't know how to hold, not sure if they have the strength to throw it back or what's going to happen when they do. And I'm getting that is communication. But this dog looks pretty excited to play fetch. So I feel like something is going to come through and it's going to kind of stir things. I just heard stir the pot, but stir things back up. I hear a rush of excitement. So maybe finally hearing from this person feels very exciting, but I'm also getting a little bit nervous energy, like you almost don't know what to say. So maybe it starts slowly, something really simple, a simple text. Let's get a little more clarity. Let's do the heart's hidden secrets. I kind of want to ask about intentions. What are the intentions of the person going through this situation right now towards the collective? Please and thank you. What is this person intending? I just see somebody holding a ball and they don't know what to do with it. I feel like that could be like holding their phone, wanting to send a text and just kind of not hitting send. That's sort of what I see. So let's get a little clarity. What are the intentions towards the collective right now, please and thank you? That somebody wants to tell you how deep you've touched them, how they're wanting to dive into a situation, or how they've gone into different deep layers of who they are, what the connection is all about, to gain some perspective and understanding. I also feel like this is somebody who recognizes, I mean, they see and hear you. And this is somebody who sees how valuable you are, how important you are in their life or to them. This could be somebody who had to step into a little more confidence on who they are. I feel like this, you've said some pretty beautiful things to this person, and it's almost like they didn't believe you. So I do get a little bit of lack of confidence, maybe in the past. Maybe this is somebody gaining their confidence or needs to. What's another message on the intentions towards the collective? Is that they've never lost chemistry for you. Maybe that is what somebody is feeling deeply as something they lost. I feel like they still are attracted to you. They still know there's passion there. They're waiting to light that fire back up or spark something up. I feel like you always have that, like that lighter. You're always able to turn this person on, sort of what I see. So maybe this person has not been really thinking about the romantic feelings that much. They're dealing with a lot of stuff here. It feels very, really heavy, but the side that's towards you feels light, except for that disappearing ghosting act over there. So, and then with this, I just think of those sparklers. So maybe something hit the end, kind of went out. I do think that something will be rekindled or lit back up. What is another message on the intentions towards the collective from this person, please and thank you? They want to clear up the confusion with you. First, they have to unblock their emotions. This is somebody who was really confused in how they were feeling. They were sending you all kinds of mixed signals here. I feel like they were trying to figure out so much going on in their life. Maybe that's why they blocked you out. Or this person, I kind of feel like they felt so much for you that they really tried to block those emotions, but they know that they messed up. I mean, this is the block. They thought if they blocked you out, they'd feel better, but I think that made them feel worse. I think that made you feel worse too. But if somebody was sending you mixed signals and all wishy-washy, I do see somebody in the energy of fear because they fear that they messed up. They created this loss from self-sabotage, from not facing something head on, from not just having like direct communication. What is one more? What is the bridge between depth, chemistry, and heart fog? That they're really feeling hopeless. Somebody like either, I mean, that could be you too. If it's the bridge, somebody felt like they were just sinking. You know, you have somebody diving in here. But I felt like somebody had, you know, I'm thinking of the divers and when they put all those weights on their belt. So maybe this is somebody that felt a lot of weight. You know, the farther down they were sinking, the harder it got to come back up, breach the surface. That's really harsh, guys. Somebody felt like they were literally falling apart. Sometimes people have to fall apart to put something back together, right? What is another message, please and thank you? Somebody may have been in this energy of addictions, obsessed with something. That could have to do with this karmic relationship too, though. I mean, this is also a beautiful energy here. It's infatuation and adoration, addiction. So maybe this person had to, with this toxic energy over here, release some addictions. One more, please. And their ego. So this looks like somebody let their ego, their pride get in the way. This is somebody who was really stubborn, put up a wall, refused to change, didn't want to change. Arrogance. Because I'm not getting really positive pride with that. I'm getting very much somebody in their head, worried about what others thought, worried about how they looked, even needing to show off a little on how much they can endure. So I feel like some of you are dealing with someone that maybe to the outside world seems perfectly fine. You know, they're standing tall and proud. But I feel like inside, somebody kind of feels like they're sinking apart. It could even be where somebody's trying to fill up that void, maybe of missing you, or I'm getting even something that they felt they worked on so hard with falling apart, that they're sort of filling in that hole or that gap with some kind of, you know, some kind of impure, unhealthy habit, something like that. This could even be where somebody was trying to, even for some of you, be in a wrong karmic other partnership somewhere, thinking that that would fill the void, that would make them feel better, dive right back into another relationship. Maybe that's why somebody kept that a secret. They went down the wrong road. I don't think that made somebody feel better. So this is a lot going on here. Let's get a message or two from the Divine Truth and then dive into the tarot. So what is a message or two from the Divine Truth to help the collective right now with this situation, please and thank you? You're going to have a divine intervention. This is good. So, I mean, this person definitely misses you. They're imagining you're there, hugging them. There's divine help coming in that's going to feel like a freaking miracle, which is really good. It's going to release this person's pride. Make them step back into positive pride, feeling good about who they are, the direction that they're going. Bring these honest conversations to the surface, or maybe express how they feel about you. Expect a miracle, because divine intervention is pushing the two of you together. Maybe this also was a big lesson for you to, because I'm sort of getting with a lot of you that you really want to help, that your intentions are really coming from a good place, but you can't fix somebody. And it's, you know, you can lead a horse to water. You can try to help, but somebody has to want to do this on their own. They have to want to have these changes. They have to recognize if something is a karmic, toxic relationship and not there for their highest and greatest good. Even if something was good at one point, you know, and there has to be a loss, this loss is only going to bring a gain. Releasing anything toxic makes room for healthy energy to come in. Divine intervention is pushing the two of you together. I feel like for some of you, you had to also release this obsession maybe with this person. Have a healthy awareness of maybe attachments that you were putting on, because that can be felt energetically. Maybe you really had to pull back your energy. Put some of this healthy energy into you. At one point, you may have been in this energy of despair, hopeless, but I feel like you did get up. I feel like this endurance, even if you were confused, you know, why you still feel so much for a person, why this love felt so deep, how you were maybe always honest, but can't understand why somebody else wouldn't just be clear. I feel like no matter how hard this situation was, had they have just told you about it, gave you more information that could have helped you on which direction to go. If somebody needed space, I feel like you would have given it to them. I feel like this obsessive energy was created more out of the not knowing and the confusion and the heart fog than being direct and clear and open. I feel like that would have cleared up a lot, but maybe this person was around toxic energies where they didn't feel comfortable. Maybe this person wasn't used to being in a position where they could be honest and open because they were constantly judged, or they were fearful on somebody's reaction to their honesty. So let's get one more. What is one more? On divine intervention, expecting a miracle. Please and thank you. You have this power couple. This comes through quite a bit for you guys. I do feel like you and this person are really strong. Maybe you both had to release some toxic attachments or energy to step back into your personal power. Also, if you have a beautiful, really deep, really special connection with someone, that's going to bring in some jelly energy from others. Confusion, you know, because that's a dynamic that's not really something just anyone has. If this is something that is based on friendship, meeting of the minds, creative effort you put in together, something you can build together, or support that's so strong you can build apart. These are two people who are very independent. These are two people who got it going on their own. Together, who knows what they can accomplish. If you have divine intervention bringing you guys together here, it is probably because you are a power couple. It's probably due to the changes you can create in the world and in your lives together. This dynamic is huge and very strong, but it could bring out envy by others. Others wanting what they can't have. You know, liked by few, envied by most, but many wish they could have this, but they don't get that opportunity. If you have divine intervention, it's because there's a reason for that opportunity. There's a reason for this dynamic to come together, and maybe a lot of this drama, situation, choices, new direction. You know, you have renewed hope and a proposal and commitment here. Maybe something really had to be released in both of your lives first, because you can't start this power couple dynamic on keeping secrets and lies. This couple wouldn't be fearful of any outside influences, opinions, or any of that. They definitely would have endurance to keep going through the losses and the gains. This is absolutely a couple that would have empathy to see and hear each other, because they would recognize that the other person was there to help them, to build them up, to support them, even if it's constructive criticism. It's done out of love, but it's not an overpowering. So maybe somebody over here was trying to overpower a situation. Maybe a legal matter just had to be straightened out first for someone to feel like they could come back into balance. An indestructible force. So when there's separation, ghosting, huge changes, a whole release in anything that was toxic, and the space to renew with all healthy energy, that's probably a really big transition that just needed to happen. That is a divine situation, but there's also free will involved. So as much as you have this divine help, somebody had to change their mindset, switch their energy, turn their sparkle of spirit back on, maybe connect to God. Let's get one more. One more, please, and thank you. The divine masculine has to be the one to start to change first. I feel like changes may have happened in the divine feminine first. This is somebody who's blossoming, opening their mind. This is somebody maybe that was unawakened, confused. They had to really dive deep. Feel like, you know, things are really falling apart. To step back into personal power. Aware. That's almost this first thing here. They hear and they see you. And this might be the other way. You might be the divine masculine and you woke up a divine feminine. Aware and awakened to the divine calling and ready to take action, protect, and provide. That's very powerful. And that's also where somebody is still recognizing the strength of ego, because we need the ego to help us here. But the ego has to be directly attached to the higher self, to spirit, to God, to work together. Then no matter what crossroads come, you always have that divine inspiration on the right direction. If you start going down the wrong direction, you redirect. One more, and then we'll do some tarot. What is the last message to help the collective? Please and thank you. Patience. You've been patient with me during this journey, and the wait is over. True love is here. Somebody's heart is not feeling so foggy anymore. They've unblocked their emotions. This is a slow process. You have the same message here. Slow process, and I feel like this was the biggest thing that needed to break down. It's a double message here. So somebody was just really stubborn. You might have a really stubborn person here, you know, set in their ways, had the plans going, you know, was on a certain path. If spiritual energy jumped on in here, that would change everything. That would change a lot. This is somebody who was allowing their pride, their ego. I feel like this is somebody that was too worried about outside opinions. Allowed my pride and ego to get in the way of our connection. I thought I was the catch. I feel like a lot of this loss was them recognizing what they actually lost was probably you. How important the connection was in their life. And maybe that started to become a little bit of an obsession. But I feel like that energy has to turn around to be healthy. This is somebody who is still very powerful on the 3D plane. Still has a strong sense of pride and who they are. Maybe they had to really, like, their ego, it was like an ego death. Their ego had a big transformation on who they want to be, direction they want to go, how big they can become. And I feel like this is changing. I don't feel like it's as mundane as it was. It's definitely tapping into a lot of spiritual energy. There had to be a lot of transformation here. So let's go to the tarot and get a little clarity. I'm gravitating towards this one. So let's get a couple of tarot messages for the collective. What would be helpful? Please and thank you. Tell us about why. I want to know why somebody, I mean, this could just be a personality trait. Why did somebody allow pride to get in the way of a connection so deep? I want to know what the block was. What was the block to somebody's growth? I kind of feel like with this heart fog, somebody was numbing themselves. It was almost easier for them to not feel anything than to address how deep their feelings were. So let's see, what was the block on ego and pride. It was money. It was the future they imagined, now not being the same future they want for the long, the long haul in their life. This is somebody who wanted the perfect white picket fence, the VIP penthouse. They want to be known as successful, whether that's in simple terms or they had grand plans, because the 10 of coins is security. This could also be where somebody, even if they saw you in this long-term potential of their life, it's like they stopped themselves because they kept putting more plans before those plans could get started, before they could possibly go down that crossroad. They had to check all these bullet points first. I feel like somebody had to be more flexible with this growth. This could also be, this could be a person that works really hard. They work really hard for their future, but it could, I also asked what the block was. So sometimes the 10 of coins is family. So maybe they were worried about what their family would think. What would their family think if they possibly went down a different road, or if they were in a relationship with you, or all those plans they talked about for the last 10 years completely changed and went a different direction. Would they be seen as wishy-washy? Would they be looked upon as weak? This could also be where somebody had a lot of pressure from their family to be a certain way or to go in a certain direction. Lasting security, upside down, it is underlying instability. So it could be where, you have this energy, there's instability in a family because there's fear, lack of truth, a lot of pride, people too concerned on money situations, toxic attachment to each other, codependency, keeping a lot of secrets, and some things like sinking and falling apart. That's a big thing to deal with. I do feel like somebody, that power couple, knows how secure you are. I feel like somebody feels stable with you. But let's see. Clarity on the 10 of coins, please. How does the collective feel about moving, or how does this person feel about the future with the collective? What flew? The 4 of Cups. That they have to be open and look a different way for the blessing that came from God. This is somebody who's wasted a lot of time. It says arrogance. This is a person that's kind of arrogant. It's arrogant wastefulness. Somebody's wasting too much time instead of just making the right move. Or it could be that somebody had to pour something out that was no longer feeling like a blessing. This is somebody that's in the womp boring. They're not even, this is the numbing energy, kind of. This is somebody who doesn't recognize when a beautiful big blessing is handed by God right there. They're looking the wrong way. They're looking down. They're stuck in plans that aren't working. They're actually pretty bored with where they are. Ooh. That was a message. Maybe something needs to fall off the wall, fall away. What is it upside down? Regretful comparison. So maybe this is somebody that compared you to a toxic karmic relationship. Use their pride to make a decision. I feel like somebody is coming in. Somebody does want to take a sip of this. Once they take a sip of this gift, this is going to completely revitalize them and nourish them. But somebody has to change where they're looking. Clarity on the 4 of Cups. I kind of feel like somebody's bored with their situation, or nothing finally moving, or even like if you were always here playing ball with them, opening up their heart with this chemistry, talking about amazing things you could do together, or even just support you had to one another, and they're not getting that where they are. And this doesn't have to be like blood family. It can be co-workers or just the general people around them. I feel like somebody is desiring a little more excitement in their life, wanting to see something that grows, wanting to put effort in on something that's on a solid foundation. I mean, this is an indestructible force. That's a pretty solid foundation. So what is the next step that's coming in that the collective doesn't see? Is that there needs to either be, you have the Three of Cups. So either the next step is going to bring something that makes you want to celebrate. You know, it could be a proposal, a commitment. This could be a coming together for the right energies that are in the right vibrations. That is a support that you get from the people that believe in you and want to see you succeed and happy, that lift you up when you have this sense of loss. These are beautiful people in your life that see you and hear you and value you, unless that's upside down. And if it's upside down, that's the mean people. That's people that gossip. That's people that have low vibration and have a pretty little smile in front of your face and pretend that they are your friend until you have your back turned, and then they're talking behind your back. And there's always something a little off in that energy. Excessive expectations is upside down here, and it's gleeful celebration upright. So maybe somebody is desiring that energy of glee and celebration and happiness, and there has to be some changes in some relationships or environments if it was always expectations to be a certain way. Excessive, it does feel like pressure, and it doesn't feel like it's unconditional love, because it's somebody who is making somebody do something to live up to their potential of what they thought that person should do or what they told them they have to do. It feels like a lot of pressure, but it's so light and fluffy upright. Let's do one more. The Five of Coins. This is somebody who is really in despair. Look at how messy their house is. Maybe on the outside that house looks like it's beautiful and perfect and shiny, but look at what a destruction it is inside. What a freaking mess. And that person's just in that house, not cleaning it up, looking outside the window, not either leaving that situation or cleaning something up. This is where somebody feels like this is misfortune. This is where somebody feels a loss. It could also be where this is your energy from feeling ghosted. Sometimes this is financial loss. It's a slump, but it's not a forever. It's a turning point. Sometimes you have to let something go to gain something that's right. The wheel will always turn, and with the Five of Coins, it's just somebody knocking on the right door and asking for help. Usually help is right there, and it's usually gifted by God. Hard misfortune, but upside down it is recovering stability. Figuring out how to clean up a mess, figuring out what to do different, figuring out if that's the place to keep building, or if, I mean, that looks like a pretty big mess. I don't think you could duct tape this situation together. So maybe it's about rebuilding. The Ace of Wands is at the bottom. This is somebody that is going to get a spark in their spirit. Ready, set, go. This is somebody who's regained their strength, stepped into that masculine energy, but with that spiritual spark. This is where God hands you that torch. Ready? You're going to carry the spiritual torch now, not the one that the commercialized world said you had to be, or you thought you had to hold on to. This beautiful torch is going to feel different. It's going to light your soul. It's not going to go out. It's not going to be like a little sparkler here. It's going to continue to light your way, but you got to get past start. You got to get past go. You have to believe in yourself more and more. Each step of the way, it's done with enthusiasm. It's done creatively. It's a motivated beginning. This is somebody who like really hit bottom. And then they're just like, I feel like it was like a big wake up call. Like all of a sudden they're like, no, I gotta go. Gotta do this in a different direction. I know which direction to go. This is somebody who doesn't let anybody get in their way. They're gonna jump over any hurdles that are coming up. I feel like this is somebody that's in a relay race. I feel maybe this is somebody catching up to somebody else. They're gonna catch up. Upside down, it's useless delay. Kind of the same message that came before. I feel like something has been delayed too long. That's why this divine intervention is coming through. Give somebody a little boost. Remind them how important this love is. Show them something in their life that's going to give them this renewed hope. For some reason, I feel like that has something to do with something they see in you, or they've heard you say in a conversation, or maybe in a future conversation coming in. If this is somebody that was moving slow as a snail before, it looks like they're not going to be so slow anymore. So I just thought this was going to be a quick reading. Always. Let's do one more, just to get one more bridge from the Art of Life Tarot and a message. So what is one more? Please and thank you. That would be helpful for the collective. The Tower. Yeah. At the bottom is the Six of Wands. So this is where I saw the ball in the court before. Ball's going to get thrown in your court. You're going to be on the right team, not be in an environment where everyone's kind of, it's like that, you know, they're pretending they're on your team, but then they're not. Not that kind of situation. This is where you win. This is victory. This is in your control or someone else's control. It's all about how you handle the tower. After you fall, how do you rebuild? How do you do it different? What did you learn? You know, can it be put back together, or should it be done with a different foundation? I do feel like this is with a foundation of spirit, which is different. What doesn't destroy me makes me stronger. Sometimes we fall down hard, but we get up wiser. We get up brighter. We get up more connected to the divine. We get up stronger. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. Looks like somebody's gained their enthusiasm. And it looks like great achievements are on the horizon. This is somebody upside down that does have to have a sense of humility when they mess up, for being afraid, not telling the truth, you know, owning it, coming clean, empathy, vulnerability, you know, releasing arrogance and pride, getting off the high horse. And that is that is strength. But I'm not getting judgment energy here, so I don't feel like you have judgment towards this person. I think maybe they have judgment in other places. That's kind of toxic. But I feel like there's I hear a beautiful blessing with the connection they have with you. How they actually feel pretty vulnerable and open. Stable, secure, empowered with your patience. Turned on by your chemistry. Renewed by your love. With this, I bid you adieu. I love you so much. I hope this is helpful. Have a beautiful day or night, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I love you. I'll see you soon. Bye.